Hello, my loves. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Thank you all so much for joining me in the live last night. Thank you so much for Gia. Special shout out to you. Thank you so much for helping me last night with that live. It was crazy. She came to help me out with the moderating, so thank you so much, Gia. I do really appreciate you. And for Angel from Brazil, that's really from Holland. And all my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to all my oldies for joining as well. And Sir Richard, where did you go? I'm just like, where did all my people go? Anyway, I appreciate you all being there last night. I really appreciate you supporting this channel. I mean that, honestly. I really appreciate it. And thank you all so much for supporting this channel. It gets me out there and everything else. And I just really appreciate you all. Honestly, you're all beautiful. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. So let's get on with the reading today. I'll put a thing in the description box, I suppose, the comments. Let's see. Also, I will be putting my TikTok link in the description box below as well. You can check us out there. I also go live on there as well. I might do one today. I'm not sure. On TikTok, just for like an hour or so. Anyway, let's see what's going on for you guys. What's going on? I'm going to see what's going on with the person that's on your mind. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what's going on with the person that's on your mind. The person that's on your mind. We have ain't shit, kissing ass, divination abuser, and we have rejected. Oh, okay. I do feel like this person is using divination as a way to find out what's going on with you. I do feel like there's a people-pleasing element to them with this kissing ass. I feel like for the person that maybe they're with here, they're being quite schmoozy. Maybe they're trying to be schmoozy with you. I do feel like they are going through this time of being rejected. So I do feel like for some of them, like you are rejecting them, their behaviours. And I feel like this is what's really driving them crazy. And I feel like for some of them, they're trying to find out what's going on with you by using, like maybe looking at tarot for some of them. And don't say men don't watch tarot, because they blooming do. They absolutely do. I have a few male people that's on my quite a few males actually that watch my tarot. So yes, they do. Yes, they do. So I do feel like with the ain't shit, this is something about how they feel about themselves right now. I did like put a post up a little bit earlier about like people hating on people aren't happy, and I feel like this person's not happy. And I feel like they're getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine in some sort of capacity here. Let's see what's going on with them. Let's look a little bit deeper. What's going on with the person that is on your mind? There's one flipped over, but I did not see where it was. It'll show up if it's meant to. Let's see what's going on with the person that is on your mind. Oh, there it is. You have the Four of Wands. You have the Death card because it was peeping out of me, so we'll take it. Let's see what's going on with the person that is on your mind. Let's have a look at that. The Two of Pentacles, and you've got the Four of Pentacles. I feel like they refuse to change. I feel like they refuse to let go of something here. Maybe being a player here as well. And I feel like there's an end of a relationship here, with the Four of Wands being here with the Death card. I feel like for some of them, they are getting a taste of their own medicine right now, and it's forcing them into this self-love here, this Ace of Cups. I do feel like they are, getting into their emotions now. What's this, Hangman? It was in reverse actually, so yeah, I do feel like they're standing still right now. There's a little bit of resistance going on, and again, I'm feeling like because there's this relationship breakdown, I feel like they're trying to get like what's the word I'm looking for? like see where you are. I feel like they're trying to find out where you are with your healing. So some of them may be watching tarot in some sort of capacity, get an idea, like trying to. I feel like for some of them they're watching pick cards. I'm just saying, but I do feel like there's a lot of responsibilities that are coming to the surface that they need to deal with, and this is why maybe they're looking at divination, because like they can sort of do that on the go. I do feel like they're making a decision by watching the tarot as well, which is a bit weird. So let's see. Why is the Four of Wands here? Let's get a little bit deeper. Why is the Four of Wands here? Oh, this came out. Five of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Sun. And the World. I feel like this person that they were with grew in confidence, and they're very confident in general. And I feel like with this Queen of Wands, like they create quite, and they're quite, I feel like they're quite fiery for some of them. They could be a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like they're quite out there, they're quite well known out in the community, whatever this is to them. Like, I feel like they're quite out there, and they've gone on their own path of healing here with the sun coming out. I'm feeling Leo vibes for some of them. They've got some Leo vibes here. And I do feel like with the Five of Wands, they've stood up for themselves. I feel like there's been arguments here with this person. You know, I feel like there's been some disagreements with the person that they've been with, and this is what's brought it to an end. We'll have a look and see why this Death card's here for the person that's on your mind. It started a brand new cycle, though, for them, you know, for them both. Let's see why the Death card is here, please. The Six of Cups. The Knight of Blades. I feel like they've gone back to... right, okay. Three of Wands and the Six of Wands. I feel like they've moved away from this person. I feel like they've argued with this person. I feel like they've stood up for what they believed in. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. Could be some money coming here. When I get an itchy nose, money's coming in for the person that's watching. So I do feel like there's something here about them. I feel like they react with every person that they've been with. I feel like there's little arguments. I had this before where little arguments, they have a little argument. It doesn't matter what it is. And they just leave because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it, and they have to sort of end things. Like, it's never on the other person's terms. There's a fear of like losing this person all the time. I feel like this person's not really that arsed whether they whether they go or not, and that's the truth. But I feel like this, the person that's on your mind, they do argue over anything. It doesn't matter what there is. It could be the tiniest thing they're arguing over, you know, in order to get out of this, because I feel like there's a fear of intimacy with them. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel like, you know, they're worthy of a relationship. And I feel like they run from that. They run from themselves. They run from themselves. They run from relationships, and they're scared of intimacy. They're scared of it in case somebody gets close. Because I feel like for some of them, they don't want anybody to get close. Because if that person gets close, then that's going to hurt them. But ultimately, they're hurting themselves by this behaviour that they keep going round and round and round and round and round with. It doesn't have to be plain. It just means they're like this in our relationships. It's not just your relationship, it's other people too that they're hurting. And this is the problem. But until they're willing to look at that, you know, that's not for you to take on, that's for the other person to take on. That's for them to decide they have to do better for themselves. Because I feel like this person just constantly in this sort of, they're constantly fighting, arguing to get out of things. I feel like they are moving away though. And they stand up for what they believe in, which is fair enough. But they are hurting themselves by keep doing this. But let's see why the Two of Pentacles is here. Let's have a look at it a bit deeper with that one. Why is the Two of Pentacles here for this person? That's on their mind. We have the Emperor, the Page of Cups. Right, okay. And the Four of Blades and the Fool. Yeah, I do feel like this person is going into a time of healing. I do feel like they're trying to keep their self-control here with the Emperor coming out. They're taking care of their family. That's their responsibility, is their family. Their children may be here. If they have children, I feel like they're taking care of their children. I do feel like there's something here about them going back to childlike self and going into healing here. I do feel like this has stemmed from childhood as well in some sort of capacity. And I feel like they're trying to level out as well with the Page of Cups. That can be an apology, and I feel like for some of them they are coming back in that childlike state to come back maybe to you here. And again, testing the waters, maybe looking at tarot for some of them. I felt pick a cards for some of them. I'm not going to lie. I feel like for some of them, they know that you're into tarot as well, but they're sort of like, I'm going to check this out too. They're sort of like inquisitive. They're going to have a look at this and knowing when to come in, that sort of thing. But I feel like there's something here about healing themselves at this moment in time. They have to be on their own. And I feel like the universe is saying, no, not right now. No, ain't now. It's time to take care of yourself. And I feel like that's what they're needing to do anyway. Because again, there's this fear of intimacy. And I feel like they keep perpetuating the same thing. And I feel like with this person, they're learning, like, I don't feel like this person's too bothered, to be honest with you. You know, they're a Queen of Wands. They're quite confident and have a bit of a zest for life on their own. You know, they're quite all right, quite honestly. I feel like they're quite good in their own energy with being a Queen of Wands. They're quite confident, you know, and they're out there. I feel like they're seen in public as well. There's something here about you know, being seen by other people. You know, they're well known within their community. Like, they're good. They're good. And I feel like that really affects them too. Like, it's give them a little bit of an ego hit. Like, oh, maybe I need to go and have a look at myself because, like, I can't keep doing this. You know, they are feeling rejected because they can't. I feel like for some of them, they can't go back to this person either. And they're learning massive lessons from this person. They needed this. I do feel like they do still keep watching you, though. Absolutely. And this is where they're reflecting, because everything that they're doing is hurting them. It's hurting them. So they're reflecting on this. They're looking at this. Because this is their own behaviours that they keep perpetuating. They keep doing this to themselves. They're choosing this life. We all know, oh, well, I hope you should know, that everything's a choice in life and we're choosing the way that we're living. And I feel like this person's choosing this life for themselves. You know, they're choosing the chaos. They're choosing, you know, these decisions. They're choosing to live this life. And I feel like they want to be a better version of themselves in some sort of capacity. I feel like they're trying to. And again, they're trying to come. I feel like for some of them, they are trying to come back. They want to. Look at that. They want to take a leap of faith into this. They do. I want to get some potential future cards. Let's see what's going to go on in the potential future for this person, please. Let's have a look at that. Potential future for this person, please. This one flew out. Mature man. What did I say? We've got coffin and it's in reverse. We'll take it like that because there is something within that. Courtship and wealthy man. I feel like this person is trying to build up on their... I have seen bankrupt there on top of the deck there. On top of that deck there, it's bankrupt. So I do feel like for some of them, they're building on their money to get themselves out of debt here. I feel like this person is trying to mature at this time, which we can't fault them for if they're trying to get better for themselves. Absolutely, I'm all for that, and so should you be as well. If you feel like this person's not maturing, then you know, that's okay too. But I feel like this person is maturing and they're trying to do better for themselves, which is good. I would always applaud somebody that's trying to change for themselves, and I feel like with this coffin being in reverse, I feel like they've been in a bit of a depressive mood. For some of them, I feel like they've been quite pessimistic. I feel like for some of them, they've maybe had an ego death here and they're coming out of it. There's something here about a dark night of the soul, depression, that sort of thing. And I feel like they're trying to turn their life around with the coffin being in reverse. I feel like they're trying to come out of the old belief systems and how they feel about themselves, how they feel about relationships. We do have the courtship, so I do feel like this person is trying to get out and date as well. Maybe again looking for that courtship with you. They could be trying to find it elsewhere. I do feel like this person's coming out of a little bit of the self sabotage in there as well. They are trying to. I'm saying trying because it is hard to come out of belief systems. It is hard to come out of being an old version of you, and I feel like this person's had to go through it in order to get there. Really, they've had some real knocks, and I feel like they needed to go through this with this person in particular because they could handle it. And there's bigger lessons, there's bigger lessons to this. So I want to get some cards for you, my love, for the person that's watching. Let's see what the universe wants you to know. Let's have a look at that. The answers you need are coming. Maybe been looking for some signs. Nothing will come of this situation. Surrender to the divine. And time to take a breath out. So for some of you, you may need to give yourself a break from tarot for a bit. Maybe you're looking at tarot a little bit too much. And we can all get in that cycle sometimes. I remember when I used to do it all the time, basically, because I always wanted to find out what was going on with the person that I was interested in. And it actually did us more harm than good. I was procrastinating, I wasn't taking care of myself. That sort of thing. And I feel like for you, in this time that maybe you're not together, you need to trust the universe has got your back too. Trust the universe is going to bring you exactly who and what needs to be in your life right now. And I feel like with the nothing will come of this situation, maybe some of you are waiting for this person to come back and maybe argue with you, shout at you. You're expecting something, but I don't feel like it's going to come to light. You've just got to let that go. And again, I feel like you need to trust the universe that they're going to bring you the right people, the right situations, and go and take some risks while this person's doing what they're doing. Like, you can't control this person. And I feel like this person has their own lessons to learn. And I feel like they're learning them right now in this time. So I do feel like right now you need to be listening to yourself and taking care of yourself in this time. So let's get you some. I want to get you some advice, my love, to the person that is watching, for you guys. Let's see. What do you need? No, what's the advice? Let's have a look. Oh, Kalimar, Fierce and Fear. My friend, it's so funny that's come out. My friend and me were talking about Kalimar yesterday. She had this deity come to her in a dream. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, she is the goddess of death and rebirth. So, this is the time when you are able to look at fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though the emptiness is there. But this is space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call on Kalimar to help you release your fear and step into a space that's strong, focused and courageous. And I feel like this, with this card coming out, again, it's not fearing if this person's going to come back or not. Fear, there's a little bit of fear here when it comes to this person, and there's an expectation I'm feeling that's coming with it. And I feel like you need to trust the process, that you're going to be absolutely fine. And whatever's coming your way, you've got to trust what's coming your way, because it's beautiful what's coming your way. You have to trust the process, and you'll get guided in the right direction when it's time to. I knew, right, when I knew it was time for me to move, when I was in that state of totally in love with my life, I'm totally cool with where I am, who I'm with, everything, right? You will know when you're ready for that stage. And I was like, right, I'm ready to go back into dating. No matter what was going to happen, I knew I was going to be okay regardless. And you'll get to that stage of you're going to know exactly when you're going to be ready for that next stage. So don't fear it. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the time that you have now. You have no time for hate. Look at the picture I put up today, right? With the little hurt people, hurt people. They do. And this, by all accounts, is a person that they're hurt right now. And they carry on perpetuating hurt to themselves, basically. And happy people, like you can choose to be happy at any time. You can choose a life for yourself and go and experience life, because that's what it's there for. You do not want to be sitting in a few years' time like, God, I wish this, I regret. There's no regret to be regretted. This all has to happen for a reason, for you to grow. This person was here, and I know the person that I was with before was there for me to grow, and I learned an awful lot where I was. And when I took that time to really sit with myself and found out, do you know what? It doesn't really matter what goes on with this person. I need to take care of me, and I did do that. I took care of what I needed to take care of. I found hobbies. I did things for me. And when I got to that stage of, like, I was hanging around with my friends, I was having my best life, literally traveling and doing everything I wanted to do. When I did that for myself, and I knew that I was ready to move. I was ready to go move on and be with somebody. And it didn't matter what was happening with that person. Like, I was going to be strong in my own energies, and I knew what I wanted out of life, what I wanted. I got my match. Basically, I got the boyfriend who I'm with now, and he's the perfect match for me. And I love him so much. Love him so much. And you will get the same, but you have to move past the fear and move into love. And you'll get there. Go through your grieving processes. Go through everything that you need to go to, feel everything. And you'll get there. But choose yourself at all times. Choose your happiness, because you're going to be absolutely spot on. And I love you all so much. Anyway, after the weekend, I've got an announcement to make. You're going to see it very soon. And I'm so proud of you guys. You've got this. Anyway, I love you so much. Have the most beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'll be back on Monday. So I love you so much. Bye, love yous. Have a lovely weekend, beautiful people. Bye, love yous.